This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to another edition of C2C Rank'Em. I'm the host, Big B, along with my co-host halfway around the world, getting ready to do some Olympics coverage at the hockey game. Prime News, Tim Hendricks. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing good. Like you said, the Olympics have already started here in Italy. I go to actually finish a thing on my bucket list on Saturday. I get to go see. I get to go at 2:00 on Saturday to see the Italian women take on Sweden in ice hockey. So it's nice when you can finish a bucket list item before you get too old, so you can't do half the stuff. But I'm excited. Never being around an Olympic game is kind of a new experience. We're going to see how this country handles it. I've been around Super Bowl experiences. I've been around cities that have done NBA finals, NCAA finals. This is going to be an experience, I think.
No, that's good. Good. I can't wait to talk to you about it and see what's going on. So that'll be fun. But before we get into our topics today, I do got a question for you because it involves one of your favorite teams, and I've seen a lot of reports. Do you think the Bucks are going to move them, and where do you think they're going to move them to?
No, not going to move them. It's the rumors and rumors. But then again, I said that the Colts would never get rid of Peyton Manning, and look what happened that year. So I don't see it happening, but I'm not a guy who says I guarantee it's not going to happen, but I just don't see it happening. If he does, honestly, I'd like to see him to go to Minnesota because then, somebody could use him. Problem is he's such damaged goods at this point. He's injury prone all the bloody time. Yep. So it would be useless because you were not even getting him at a rental. You're getting him at, hopefully he's healthy for the playoffs if you make the playoffs.
Well, and that's the thing is, I see so many rumors. I see so many, these teams are finalizing a deal for him. And it's just like, well, everybody can't be finalizing a deal for him because he can only go to one spot.
The funny thing is, I wake up in the morning going that the Golden State Warriors are finalizing a deal. They had put Draymond Green on the list. But then again, this is also the same team that was ready to trade Steph Curry to Milwaukee before Steph became huge, and because they didn't think that Steph was that good, and that was like after his rookie years. So I don't believe anything until anything's final.
Yep. And I look at it that I think he'd be a good asset, but again, like you said, he's injury prone. So how much equity do you want to give up to get him, and stuff like that? So it'll be a good topic or a good walk. I think the trade deadline is tomorrow, mid-afternoon. So we will see. Maybe we'll hit lightning and we get a report that a trade happened during our show today. Who knows? But so with that being said, Saturday was the annual Royal Rumble. The road to WrestleMania has begun. for those wrestling fans that follow like we do. So we're gonna break down the Royal Rumble history of top match, the top women winners, the top men winners, people we don't think should have won, biggest returns / surprises, celebrities involved.
I've got a question. Did you do top men and top women?
I did separate, yeah. Why did you not?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do any. I didn't do. Hold on, let me take a look. But I didn't. No, I didn't do. Did Rumble matches, women who should have won, surprise returns, celebrities, women who shouldn't have won, men and women who shouldn't have won, and then Royal.
Oh, okay. So we off a little track there. So
I took the 4 that you gave me, and then took the 2, and then added the 2 at the end on that we did on Sunday. I think you asked.
Okay, so let's see here. So we got top matches, we got top celebrities, top returns, top cities to host.
Yeah,
I got the 5 people that shouldn't have won.
Right.
And then you
added the 5 that should have won. We thought should have won.
Oh, you went that route.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I could do some quick changes here. And you did those together?
Yeah. I did all the men and women together.
Okay. So we could do that quick while we're doing this. So
everything's man and woman rumbles together.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So let's get started with the top 5 matches. I went strictly Rumble. I don't know how you did it, but yeah. So
yeah, I strictly went Rumble too because I'm on it. I'll be honest. I'm a Rumble guy before I am a Mania guy. I think to me that Royal Rumble to me has always been more fascinating than WrestleMania because of everything that you don't know, all the question marks. So yeah, I love the Rumble to be honest. So
okay, all right. So let's get into it. By description of the Rumble, I could see. I'll go 2 because there's so many good ones.
Right. Two. I'll give you. I think 3. I think we're going to sneak a 3rd one in there.
All right. Well, get it going.
Everybody looks at this match, this year match, not this year match, but the match that my number 5, because of everything around it, everything that happened, and then all the interesting things that happened at a certain point in the match, and then they have to restart the match. My number 5 is the match that saw Vince McMahon try to climb into a ring and tear both quads because one of the guys can't go backwards, can't flip backwards, and the other one loses his footing and they land at the same time. My number 5 is the 2005 Royal Rumble where Batista is the winner. And like I said, the main thing about that one was that Cena and Batista land at the mat. It's a 1 in a trillion type of odds that you land on the ground at the same time. And then let's make it 1 in quadrillion, odds that Vince McMahon's going to come into the ring and tear both quads at the same time. My number 5 is the 2005 Royal Rumble.
All right. So we got a phrase out here, and it's not the phrase that pays, but not that one yet. But
not that one.
When you're the first, you're on the list. I got to do, even though it wasn't set up the same way it is now back then, but the first Royal Rumble back in '89 when Hacksaw Jim Duggan won it.
88,
yeah. So,
yeah, 88.
All right, you're number 4.
I'll give you respect for that. 84. No, my number 4. People are not gonna like this.
Uh-oh.
There are people in the WWE that will not agree with me. There's one of the key moments in my number 4 was the fact is that Brock Lesnar tossed out Bill Goldberg to set up that absolutely horrible match at WrestleMania at Madison Square Garden. But I don't care what he did outside the ring. He was terrible outside the ring. Like Paul Heyman makes the comment, top 5 best, probably the best in-ring workers in history. I kind of agree with it. But Paul, if you're watching, he's not my guy, so you can back off on me. But my number, I got to get the year right. My number 4 is the year before the 2005 WrestleMania. Mine is the 2004 Royal Rumble, not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble with Chris Benoit as the champ.
Well, the thing is with that one too, and if I remember right, the WrestleMania is when both Benoit and Eddie both won the titles. So
right.
no,
that was the one that Benoit wins the Intercontinental, and then Eddie wins the WWE.
No, I thought Benoit won the big gold belt that day because they celebrated in the ring together after Eddie won. So
right.
All right, my number 4. You go back. You talk about your 2005 1 in a million. Here's one too that ended in a tie. They both landed together. 1994 Lex Luger and Bret Hart winning. So you're number 3.
I saw that one, and I'm really thinking should have put that one on the list, but we're going to get hurt on this one. This is the one I'm not real thrilled about the winner of this one, but I like the fact is it was the whole 1 versus 29 Rumble with Roman Reigns putting the title on the line in the Rumble. I think this was during the whole corporation. Was this the whole corporate? This was the whole corporation.
Yep.
And they didn't like it, and I think they were trying to pigeonhole themselves to get Seth Rollins the title because of the whole. And then they get Triple H the freaking title in 2010. I liked it. I thought it was a great Royal Rumble match. Don't necessarily agree with the person who won, but my 2010 my number 3 is the 2010 Royal Rumble.
All right. Well, for the first time tonight, we had the Phrase That Pays brought to you by Punk Gunk. So got them again. 2005 Royal Rumble where, like you said, Vince tears his quads getting into the ring. They restart the match, stuff like that. So that definitely was a good one there. So you're number 2.
My number 2, I think this was this is one where people will say this wasn't necessary because he was already a top man, but I think this is the first one, not the second one. But the thing is, it wasn't really memorable for Stone Cold winning, but it was the fact is that Kane absolutely went bonkers in the Royal Rumble and just decided to use. He became a human catapult and just started throwing everybody out of the ring.
So
my number 2 is the 2001 Royal Rumble where Stone Cold Steve Austin, I believe, won his first one.
Okay. My number 2 is the 2022 Royal Rumble. Drew wins, but it was just dominated by Brock Lesnar, eliminating pretty much everybody, kind of like you said with Kane. Edge returns, so all right, you're number 1.
And that was the funny thing is because Drew McIntyre is the guy who launches basically Brock Lesnar out of the ring. He was the one that stopped Brock from going completely wire to wire at that point.
Oh yeah.
My number 1, this is the one that I'm not sure if I can't remember if this is where the promo afterwards comes out where with a tear in my eye promo because I think he may have won the title on this one, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
But if anybody knows the with a tear in my eye promo, we all know it's Ric Flair. I think this was the first Rumble that Flair had been in. I can't quite remember if he goes bell to bell. If he was number one and went bell to bell. But my number one is the 92 Royal Rumble.
No, he entered 3 in that one.
Oh, okay.
But that was the tear in my eye. But he ended up winning the title that night. That was the first time the title was online. But, yeah. He lasted over an hour, that one. Mine is, and maybe it's just because of what happened. And I think it was JR that just went nuts. The 1992 Royal Rumble where Randy Savage eliminates himself to go after Jake Roberts. I just thought
same match.
Oh yeah, you're right. You are right. So let's get I just noticed that. So you stuck to that one. So we got our 2 brought to you by Punk Gunk. So definitely a good sponsor. Wow, but yeah, that was funny. Yeah,
and the funny thing is, I've been on YouTube, who we're live on right now with.
Yep.
I've been watching on the WWE Vault, watching Royal Rumbles left, right, and center. So it's like I said, I can watch them over and over and over and over again. And not get bored.
Especially if you get to the ones with Kofi Kingston's trying to do, or not Kofi, Kofi Kingston trying to stay alive, and then the women start doing it, and so.
I'm gonna kind of plug somebody. I'm gonna plug Devon because they asked. He really gets behind the scenes on his YouTube channel about how they set up a Royal Rumble. So you really learn a lot just because his producer asks him a bunch of questions, and it's definitely a watch.
Yeah. Okay. Good plug there. So D-Bot, if you're watching, we'll plug you. Send something this way. So, all right. So let's get to the 5 people that should have won, but didn't. So this is the one Tim had. I did something different, but I was able to throw 5 together because I was kind of thinking that too. So, this one's gonna be tough. God, I'm just trying to think. I'm gonna say 0. I think because there's so many people that could have won. You know what? I'll go 1. I'll go 1 because there's one guy I think that you'll probably throw out there. I'm
gonna be optimistic and say 2.
All right. All right. Well, I will start with my number 5. The guy I actually just started watching some podcasts with, and his actions he does actually a pretty good job. The first ever Tough Enough winner, Maven. I think he should have won that Rumble that he was in.
I mean, he was in 2 of them, and the moment you eliminate the Undertaker in the first one, and at that point you should have just rode that horse all the way across the finish line.
Yeah, they should have rode. I mean, I don't think he would have been a good champion, but I don't recall if that was.
Yeah, they're still the champion.
It was still okay. Yeah,
2003, I think it was.
Okay. Yeah, they should have rolled that one and let him get some name. So you're number 5.
My number 5, right? And they do the big guys ugly in the Royal Rumble. Yeah. It's so bad, and you're gonna notice a common theme, except for one person on my list, and to think that he's never won the Royal Rumble just kind of it's mind-boggling. But my number 5 is the Big Show.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, because there's not too many big guys that win it, and then you let him win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I mean, he probably should have won it, but he's also in that group of he was already over, he was already a top star, and stuff like that. So my number 4 is a guy that I think got jobbed a few times in the title picture, but he's definitely on some people's Mount Rushmore of wrestling. Should have had a title. Definitely a good commentator, or could have been a good commentator. Definitely had his little Piper's Pit. I'm going Roddy Piper.
That's a good one. To believe he's never won anything, it's beyond me.
Yeah.
My number 4 is another guy. Again, like I said, I have a theme here. They do the big guys, like I said, they do the big guys dirty in the Rumble. Big guys and big ladies really, really dirty. This guy could have been a terror. Heck, when he was with the Nation of Domination, they really should have pushed him harder. We I get the fact that he's a big guy, and at any time he could have won the Royal Rumble, but when he was with the Nation of Domination, I think he should have been given that green light, put the rocket, as they like to say, put a rocket ship on his back and let him go.
Yep.
My number 4 is Mark Henry.
Yeah, Mark Henry. Yeah, I mean, yeah. My number 3, I'm going to throw probably a curveball out here because I already said it was a she. But I think it would have been funny if she would have won the Men's Royal Rumble because she was the first in there. China.
Yeah, I've got to.
Especially they're in that time where China and Eddie had I think it was the Intercontinental title together, or maybe it was her and Jericho, but they're. Yeah, so it's just like, let her win the title. Let's see what we can make there. So yeah, China should have won that. Your number 3.
My number 3, again, early in his career, but this was a guy that already had. It seemed like they had put a rocket ship on his back really, really early in his career when he first came into the WWF at the time. But again, in his first year, it would have been cool to see if they'd have gave him some longevity in a Rumble. My number 3 is the Olympic champion himself, Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that would be a good one. My number 2, gonna pick a homer pick kind of here. I think he should have won one. Definitely should have gotten into the title picture somehow. But one Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Yeah, that always bothered me that Kurt Hennig never got a world title.
Yeah.
It always bothered me.
Yep. Your number 2.
My number 2, the only female on my list, and it's not China. I know she's been in one of the men's Royal Rumbles. I was doing this list as I was watching the 2026 female Royal Rumble and went, oh God, I hope she didn't win. And I didn't really want to have to change my list. But then again, I remember she took an RKO from Randy Orton, and I thought, well, this is going to be quick. But my number 2 is Nia Jax.
Oh, wow. Really? I thought you were going somewhere else with another woman. But no, Nia Jax, depending on who you talk to, I mean, a lot of people think that she's overrated, shouldn't be in the ring. But I definitely like that tag team with her and Lance Legend, though. So
I'm also one of these guys that thinks that Nia can be a little dangerous.
Oh, yeah. My number 1, it's tough to not put this guy up there, especially now that he's no longer with us. But I think Bray Wyatt should have got a chance to win a Rumble. So
that one, and the funny thing is that one comes back up. Like, I was looking up stuff and they were talking about the year that Randy Orton won. They thought it should have been Bray Wyatt, not Randy Orton. My number 1, I've already brought this guy up once. Again, this is the 2001 where Stone Cold wins, and because you've got this guy going absolutely nuts, and you realize that he has never won one, which blows my mind. Kane. I
had Kane on the list, and I took him off. Took him off to put Maven on there. So, all right. So let's get into the 5 guys that are women, I guess, that should not have won the Royal Rumble that did. So that's will be interesting. This might be another one where I'm gonna go out on the limb and just say 2 right now because I think we got one recent one here. So, but I'll go 2. I might have a very, very, very wicked curveball on this one.
I'll give you 2. I like the 2. I think our 1 is going to be huge. I think I'll go on a limb and say our number 1s might be the same.
Ooh. All right, well, let's go with it. Let's see what we got here.
My number 5. Again, this is we talk about this is the Royal Rumble's the showcase for all these youngsters to get that. See if you give them the ball, see if they can get it in the end zone. And then when you realize the long-term storytelling, it made no sense, and you were going to get it anyway. My number 5 is the 2013 John Cena, because we were already getting the rematch with The Rock at WrestleMania, and you just took away a spot.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't put years behind it because I just put the person. So
no, that's cool too.
Yeah. My number 5, and again, like you said, this was supposed to catapult people into the stardom or those verge on the verge of people. My number 5 is Triple H. I mean, he's already been a star. No reason for him to win the Rumble. No reason, put him in the main event. I mean, there's not reason to put him in the main event, but he didn't have to win it to be put in the main event. So,
all right. So I'm not going to put years in. We're good.
That's fine. I mean, if you got years, that's good. I didn't think about it.
But we understand the years and why they did it. So, but we're at number 4, right?
Yeah, you're going number 4.
Oh my gosh, this one bothered the hell out of me. I don't think she should have won. Period. I don't care who the hell she is. That's right. I said she.
Okay.
I don't get it. And then you find and boy, was there no storytelling to this one afterwards. They did it because it was a money grab. It was a headline thing, just to put her in the Royal Rumble and then to have her win it made no sense. My number 4 is Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, that one too. She shouldn't have won that because I mean, not that she was over, but she was over as publicity. You knew she was going to get in the title picture. Yep. Stuff like that. So my number 4, again, a guy that held the title, didn't need to win the Rumble. I got Edge on there.
Yeah, see, I saw that one too, and it was like, it was what, the year that he returned, and then they made him win. I'm like, you didn't really need to have him come back and win it.
Yeah. Your number 3.
My number 3, well, our sponsor's going to love me because it's going to be the first time I get to say it. It's not C2C unless we're sniping, and I'm sniping with Punch Gunk. My number 3 is your number 5, Triple H. There was no need for him to win that Royal Rumble. I could see if you were gonna make that in the early 2000s, I could have understood it more than 2016. Yep. I think they could have, that could have been the one. No, the one that the Batista one is the one everyone thinks that Daniel Bryan should have won, but I don't think it was necessary.
Yep. My number 3, we brought him up a couple times already. He's won the Rumble. He didn't need to because he was already the beast. Brock Lesnar.
So we've done one. Okay, cool.
We've done one. So your number 2.
My number 2. This one again. This is a guy that's over. And this was a guy that was over at the time, and then all of a sudden, and then you basically end it with Dwayne Johnson come walking out, holding his flipping hand, and there was no need for that either. Again, over. He was over. And I just don't get it. My number 2 is Roman Reigns.
And then they let him win it again this year.
Yep.
So my number 2, brought to you by our sponsor of Punk Gunk. I got Roman Reigns too. I forgot about the whole Rock coming out. I was more or less doing it for this year. But yeah, Roman Reigns, that one did not need to happen.
And they didn't need to do it this year either.
Yeah, they didn't do it this year. All right, you're number 1.
My number 1. Oh my God. What? This one blew my mind. I watched this one live and I still was wondering what in the world was. Well, we know what was being thought of. He was never going to win a title, and he was never going to win a title, and he was just basically going out there doing something that Stone Cold had never done up until that point. This was a slap in the face. I think this was a slap in the face of the fans. My number 1 is Vince McMahon.
Oh, I
didn't like it. I thought, oh, wow.
I didn't like it, but again, it was one of those things that you look back at the storyline, kind of made sense. I mean, it was one of those things. But I'm going to shoot a lot of fans in the foot. I don't have Vince, but and at the time that he's won them, it wasn't for the chance to go to WrestleMania, but he did not need to win them. He did not need to be put over. He was already the GOAT of wrestling. Hulk Hogan did not need to win the Rumbles.
See this one, and you're the Hogan guy. So
I love Hogan, but he didn't win it.
and I'm the guy who's thinking. But the thing is, he won the second and the third one. I think he needed to win one. He needed to win one in order for that to. I know it doesn't give the GOAT status. It's still the GOAT status because you've got a lot of people that would make this comment. Well, Ric Flair won the Royal Rumble. John Cena won the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble.
Well, but that's again the thing is we're talking about people that didn't need it. I mean,
right?
Maybe one of them. I mean, maybe the second one. I mean,
the second one wasn't necessary.
He didn't need to win back or 2 of them. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, all right. So let's get into our biggest return / surprises. This is just wrestling related, not celebrities. We got another one for that. Let's see here. The surprises and returns. I think we got one for sure. I'll just stick with one because I think it's the biggest one that everybody, I think, always talks about at the Rumble time.
I'm safe to say 3 because I've got, like I said, I mixed them up between surprises and returns. So
yeah, that's kind of what I did too. All right, my number 5. I think this kind of opened the door. As a matter of fact, it might have been one of the first times we saw an NXT guy come up into the Rumble. If not, oh well. But I know the guy was hurt, so I think it was just a shock that he came in. 2018, the appearance of Adam Cole.
Yeah, that was a big one. I remember that. That was a good one.
Yeah. You're number 5.
My number 5 is the debut of at that time was the biggest free agent of the world, and he comes. It was biggest secret. But if I'm going to be honest, I was listening to different podcasts, and they basically said this was going to happen, and they just weren't sure when he was going to make his debut. But to see Roman Reigns' look on his face when you hear the phenomenal music come up, and it was kind of shocked, like Roman couldn't see because he didn't have contacts in, which was, I think, is hilarious. Mm-hmm. My number 5 is in 2000. I want to say 16, 12, yep. 16, 2016, the AJ Styles debut.
Was he number 30 at that one?
Styles was number 4, number 3 or number 4.
Was it? Okay.
That was early.
Well, my number 4, brought to you by Punk Gunk. is the AJ Styles the worst, best kept secret in all of sports? I mean, yes, everybody was predicting it because his contract was up. He was denying it, and then I think his first or his last TNA show or maybe ROH show, he said that he was going to be at the Rumble. So it was the worst, best kept secret. So
yeah,
you're number 4.
My number 4. Let's see. My number 4. This is the one because he was coming back. It was a shock. It was the aforementioned. I think it was the aforementioned Rumble with at the Madison Square Garden at number 30. You're not expecting this because you were told he's going to be on the shelf for what, 9 months, and
Yep.
6 months, and he looked like he was just coming back, fresh as a daisy. My number 4 is entering at number 30, the 2008 John Cena.
Yep. My number 3.
3.
Yeah, we're at number 3. All right, my number 3. So you had him at 3. Okay. My number 3 is a returning Minnesota's own at the age that he was at. They used him quite a bit late 2000 or late 90s, early 2000s. But to see Bob Backlund come in one more time in the Rumble, so
that was honestly, I thought that was cool. I think they used him a couple times in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, they brought him back to be manager of
I can't remember.
I can't think of his name now. Oh God. I'll think of it.
Like, what was his gimmick? I'll figure it out.
All right, you're number 2.
My number 3. my number 3. Let me double. Is again, we're doing surprises. So I think it was 1998 where there's 30 spots and one guy takes over 3 spots. My number 3 is the 1998 Mick Foley and the 3 Faces of Foley.
All right, we're at number 2. Well, the phrase that page is coming up again. Punk Gunk, you're welcome. The guy that I'm going to meet May 2nd here in Mid All-Star Wrestling. And it was Cactus Jack was the original only person. Then they brought in Mankind and Dude Love. So, the 3 Faces of Foley.
And the funny thing is, I've seen Mick Foley wrestle. The only time I've ever seen Mick Foley wrestle in the WWE live is when he was Dude Love.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
My number 2.
Your number 2. Yep.
My number 2. I think this was the first time that anybody who is a standing champion in another promotion showed up in a Royal Rumble. Standing champion.
Yep.
Not because of ECW when Chavo Guerrero was the champion, he was a standing, but a true standing champion in another promotion. And when I saw this WrestleMania, I thought the writing was on the wall, and the writing is completely on the wall because you see what WWE is doing now with TNA. My number 2 is the 2022 Knockouts champion Mickie James showing up in the Royal Rumble.
When did she show up?
2022.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was the Knockouts champion.
Yep. You're right.
Because I think Jordan Grace came in later.
They came in last year, the year before.
Right.
Yeah. Bob Backlund managed in 2016 and 17 Darren Young. That's who it was.
Oh,
trying to make Derek Young great again. It was a cool electrical thing. Yeah.
Darren didn't need help. He just got booked terribly.
Yeah, exactly. My number 1, the phrase that pays again, like I said, Punk Gunk brings it to you. Number 30, 2008 John Cena. Like you said, he was supposed to be on the shelf for a good year and comes back 6 months later and just and that definitely was a good kept secret because nobody predicted that. Your number one.
My number one. Well, I guess our number ones aren't the same, but we had them together. My number one, a guy. This was about as good as kept secret as Cena coming back early, because nobody expected it. When I saw it, I didn't expect it. I literally my jaw hit the floor when I saw it. My number one is the 2020 Edge after he comes back after 9 years in the ring, out of the ring, because we weren't expecting him. I wasn't expecting him.
All right, so we're on to celebrities now. I thought there was more celebrities that came into the Rumbles, but I guess there wasn't. So this one might be a 5 for 5 type of thing. Do we go in order or whatever? But we will see. So,
I get to go first.
Yeah, you get to go first. So I'm gonna go 3 for sure.
I'm gonna go. I'll go 3.
Because I gotta look. I can't.
Was he? I have a questionable about one, but if he was already a superstar at that point. But I got a couple from 2023, just so you know.
Okay, he did compete in the World. Okay, all right, you kick it off.
My number 5. It's kind of a small little homer pick because at that point he was a celebrity, but he was also an announcer. And he came in briefly. I'm just going to say it in 2023. My number 5 is the Indianapolis Colts punter Pat McAfee.
That your questionable one?
No, that's not the questionable one. No, that's not the questionable one.
All right, my number 5. I don't know why they put this kid in there.
Oh God!
All just to get speared, very, very ruthlessly. And I get that they wouldn't have put him in if he did get trained, but last year's Royal Rumble, I showed speed.
Oh my God! I thought that guy.
God bless the dude's soul, because it got speared out of him.
Holy! I forgot. Oh my God! I forgot all about him. I forgot all about Speed.
All right, you're number 4.
My number 4 is the questionable one because it comes from the same year that Pat McAfee showed up. Because at that point, I don't think he wasn't on the roster at the time. To me, I found a YouTuber too, but I don't know how if you would actually consider him a celebrity now or consider him a superstar because it was before he was on.
I know who you're talking about.
My number 4 is the 2023 Logan Paul.
At the time, he was a celebrity, but I mean, now I would say he's a superstar. I mean,
Yeah.
So I didn't put him on the list. I had the same doubts that you did. So my number 4, he's been in a few WWE stuffs and even an AEW thing.
Oh, you did.
I'm gonna go with Big Shaq Daddy, Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, you did. I looked at it going, oh my God, I did. Gonna wish I had. Yeah, gonna wish I had.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, I don't know how close our 3s are going to get, but we're going to get there. So I can get there. My number 3. This was at about the time before the whole WrestleMania match came up. That whole little story arc about Sami Zayn showing up on the red carpet of a small movie called Jackass. I think it was before then too. But my number 3 is the 2022 Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah. My number 3 Well, we get to see him at the halftime of this year's Super Bowl. I think it would be just boring, just like his appearance in the Rumble. I mean, he had a couple good high flying moves, but 2022 Bad Bunny. You're number two.
I'm starting to think about I might know who your number one is at this point.
All right.
My number two. I thought it was hilarious because this was all the way back in 2001. Again, I think this might have been the whole thing that started Kane losing his mind. And the fact is that he was trying that in 2001, my number two is trying to buy Kane to basically eliminate himself to get out of the ring so he could win the Royal Rumble. To me, I still think it's probably one of the best interactions in a Rumble I've ever seen. My number two is the 2001 Drew Carey. Like I said, I kind of figured out who your number one was after.
My number two, brought to you by Punk Gunk for sniping. At number two, I thought it was hilarious too. 2001 Drew Carey. You're number one.
Punch Gunk is going to be really happy with me then, because it's not C2C unless we're sniping. Brought to you by Punch Gunk. My number one is your number two, Bad Bunny.
No, Bunny was three, but okay.
Three. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go 3 for 3 in a row here. My number one, again, brought to you by Punk Gunk. Pat McAfee. I just thought it was hilarious that he gets the call, gets in the ring, hesitates, then gets in the ring, hesitates again, and then jumps out and eliminates himself. So, yeah, because I think wasn't he standing up next to
Braun Strowman, I think it was.
Was it Strowman or was it
Was it Strowman or it wasn't Kane?
No, who's the other big guy?
Wasn't Khali?
Not Olafemi.
No.
Omos.
Yeah, Omos.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into our final topic. Before we get into the blind five, I got a quick think of a blind five because I had a good one a couple days ago and I forgot to write it down. Now I can't think of what it was. So let's get to the cities or states, I guess, however you want to do it, that should host an upcoming Royal Rumble. So, all right. So I get to start. I'm gonna go. Oh, God. I'm gonna go 3.
I think 3 is a good possibility.
All right.
If we're doing homer picks, I'm definitely thinking 2 or 3 is going to happen.
Well, I think this one will be a homer pick for you. My number 5, you got to put it in Milwaukee. You got to put it in the retractable, whatever they call that field nowadays. But yeah, Milwaukee's got a homer.
American Family Insurance Field.
Yeah, they got to throw one over there in Milwaukee. So I'll go Milwaukee.
People in Milwaukee are going to be pissed off considering who I put on the list. So my number 5, I kind of want to think this. I got 2. I've got 2 overseas ones on my list.
Ooh.
Yeah, the one of them is a homer pick. The other one's not so much. But I think because of what I saw in Saudi Arabia for Royal Rumble this past weekend, I think you're going to get more in my number 5. I think you need to put it in. I think you need to put it in Wembley. I think you need to put that in London.
Yeah, that's a good one. Didn't even think about that. I mean, that is definitely a good one. My number 4, for marketing purposes, I think they need to put it there. I'm going to go with Los Angeles, put it at Dodger Stadium.
It's so shocking that LA has not done one.
Yeah. Your number 4.
My number 4, this is the reason why Milwaukee would be pissed off at me for where I put it. I think it's closer for you, not so much for me. But again, kind of shocked that it's never been in the city. And Honestly, you could make this CM Punk's last Royal Rumble. I think it would be perfect.
Oh,
My number 4, I think you need to have it in Chicago.
wow. Oh, you went that way. I thought for sure you were going to say Green Bay after you said you piss off Milwaukee. So.
No, piss them off by going to Chicago.
My number 3, and I think this is going to happen sooner than later because of their partnership or with AAA. You got to go Mexico City.
Mexico City's a good one. I really like Mexico City. And Mexico City is so big, and you put it in the Azteca. You put it in the Azteca Stadium.
Well, and then I think also too, you just don't make it the Royal Rumble. You make it the greatest Royal Rumble again, and have a 50 or 60 people in there because they're just, So you're number 3 or 2.
My number 2. It's my.
Is it 2 or 3 for you? No, it's 3 for you.
3 for me. Again, shocking that it hasn't happened, especially when you have a contingency. Such a large fan base of the WWE fan base in Canada. I'm not putting it in Calgary. I think Calgary hasn't done it, but you've got such a great base of fans. I think you put it in Toronto.
I saw that one. I did see that one. I thought about that too. My number 2.
Here comes.
No, my number 2, I think this would be a good one for, I hate to say it, the Bloodline because of what they did back in the days. You got to put it in Hawaii.
Yeah, you got to put it in Honolulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're number 2.
That is where you're not going to like me because I think I stole your homer pick. And it's shocking that it hasn't happened yet, but it will soon, hopefully. You get to go. Not so much. My number 2 is Minneapolis.
Yeah, my number 1 brought to you by Punk Gunk. Minnesota. But now that they're doing it in stadiums, I mean, you got to do it at US Bank Stadium. I think that stadium is a little bit too big for it. Maybe if they ever put the roof on Target Field, because there's a possibility that it's designed to get a roof if ever they want one. So, but yeah, Minnesota's got to have one. So, you're number 1.
My number 1. I'm a little. This is my homer pick, and I'd be there, and I'd be there in a heartbeat. And now that the Olympics are here, my number 1, I can put it right there in San Siro. I'd be so happy. My number 1 is Milano.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm having a hard time coming up with a blind five because the one I had was so good I can't remember what it is. I know you got one for me. I'll try to come up with one here quickly, but what do you have? What do you have for me?
All right. We were kids in the 80s. We're not. It's just that this gray hair proves that we were kids in the 80s. But I was a big fan of cartoons, and I've seen every single one of these cartoons that I've got on my list. I want you to blind rank, and I looked up the top five cartoons from the 1980s. This is the top 5 list that I've got. I don't necessarily agree with it, but this is the 5 that they gave me. I don't agree with the order. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
God, wasn't really a big fan of it, but there's a lot of cartoons out there. I'm going to go 5.
Okay. Next one is DuckTales.
Oh, DuckTales is good.
I love DuckTales. I love DuckTales.
I'm going to go 2 with DuckTales.
All right. That's number 2. So we got 2 and 5. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I've seen the trailer. I think the trailer sucks. I think that movie's gonna be
Oh, for the movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 3 because it was there. I remember getting the action figures, getting the big Castle. Yeah, I'll go 3.
God, I had figures for pretty much everything that's on this list except for DuckTales. Let's see, Thundercats.
Oh, that was about the time He-Man came out. They were both kind of
They were about the same time.
Yeah, I'll go 4.
So you got your number 1 spot left, huh?
Yep.
All right. So your number 1 is Transformers.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, Transformers. I had the. I wish I would have kept it. The money maker. I had the big truck there from the original series. So
gosh, I had for Transformers. I was the one that had the Optimus Prime.
Yep.
Ryan had Soundwave, so I was like,
no, I had Optimus Prime with the. Yeah, I remember playing with it, and some of those toys that you just wish you would have kept. Knowing what you know now. Yeah.
Star Wars. Good Lord.
All right, so I got one. Since we're doing wrestling, just do it quick together. So the top 5 mic skills. So cutting promos and stuff.
This one's gonna suck so bad.
Yep. We'll start with the Miz.
Oh, if he's cutting a work promo, he's good. If he's cutting a shoot promo, he's brilliant. God, I'm gonna say 4 because I'm afraid of what else is coming.
CM Punk.
Point right here. Oh God. 3. God, that's gonna hurt.
Rock.
Oh good. Oh God, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Oh, please tell me the name I'm going to hear soon so I can put him at 5. Oh God, I'm going to give. Oh God, please don't say this name because I'm going to shoot myself. 2.
Ooh. John Cena.
Yeah, glad you said that one. 5.
Oh. Number 1 guy, and I just love when he touches the mic because everybody boos him. Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting.
He's good on the mic, but he just can't speak.
It's like. Did you ever see the? There's the when Cena was standing on. Was it? No, it was Roman. I think who was it versus Dominic Mysterio, and every time he put his hands on the mic, he was facing somebody. Dom was like, it was hilarious. Might have been Cena, but it's crazy. Yeah, that guy's got so much heat.
Oh yeah,
he's becoming such a great heel.
Yeah, and the thing is the debate on the best heel right now in all of wrestling. You got MJF and you got Dom. I mean those two.
That would have been the 2 I'd have given you.
Honestly, yeah, exactly.
2 I'd have given you.
Yeah. So just come across the wire here as we wrap up.
Please tell me Giannis didn't get traded while we were talking.
No, but there's big trade buzz. The Timberwolves are trying to acquire assets they can offer the Bucks while the Knicks have been quiet. So that just came about a minute ago. Yeah. But and then just about 14 minutes before that, the Bulls are exploring trades to move newly acquired Mike Conley that they just got yesterday.
Who ended up getting Anthony Simmons? I can't. I'm like, that was a big swap too. I thought it was huge.
I don't know offhand. I'll have to look. But with that being said, Tim, final thoughts.
Like I said, I like doing these things, especially Royal Rumble. To me, you can. There's days where you could take or leave the WrestleMania, but to me, it's always Royal Rumble will be the granddaddy for me. I love them. I'm
Yeah.
interested. Yeah, I'm always happy. Again, I don't think I said this enough last week, but thank you to Punch Gunk for sponsoring our sniping. Look them up on our Facebook. Look them up on Facebook. They've got a nice webpage there. I
Tell them we sent you, and they'll give you nothing.
Yeah. I am that guy. I hope J-Mac doesn't hear this and say I will whore anything if I have the possibility.
Yeah.
They're a great company. Thank you again for sponsoring us. It's I'm blown away that somebody's willing to do that for us.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, for us, tune in tomorrow as we for Primetime Blitz. We give our Super Bowl predictions. Maybe we'll play a couple games. Maybe we'll finally get Tim's thoughts on his Colts on what they're going to do this offseason. You'll join me on Tuesday nights with the SPSN podcast group with Bubba as we do Vikings United. We're going to start breaking down draft possibilities and stuff like that. Of course, speaking of the draft, Tim and Chris will have their draft coverage of the first round. Check us Monday nights as we talk Between the Ropes Wrestling. And definitely we'll recap the Super Bowl too. So the following week. And then you'll see me and Tim on Rank'Em. So that being said, you guys have a good week, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good one.